Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. Here, we want to present a project from the number theory course with the material Chinese remainder theorem. Before that, introduce. My name is Anggi Kurnia Putri. The student identity number is 23029002. And my friend,
my name is Farina Karin with student identity number 23029064.
My name is Aulia Aisyah with student identity number 23029055.
My name is Kaila Angela Ashura with student identity number is 23029131.
My name is Iqra Dahisha with student identity number 3029041.
Okay, let's go straight to the presentation. First material about problem and relation to number theory will be presented by Farina Karin. To Karin, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to the moderator. I will explain about the problem and the relation to number theory. Before that, we must know about the Chinese remainder theorem or CRT, where the Chinese remainder theorem or CRT is a result in number theory that help us solve systems of linear congruence with different moduli or divisors, especially when those moduli are pairwise coprime or they have no common factors other than one. Jadi, CRT atau teorema sisa Cina ini merupakan hasil dalam teori bilangan yang membantu kita memecahkan sistem kongruensi linear dengan modulus atau pembagi yang berbeda, terutama ketika modulus tersebut koprima berpasangan. The problem that we show in the poster, there are three buses departing from the terminal at different time intervals. For bus A, departs every 3 hours and the first departs at 2. Bus B departs every 5 hours and the first departs at 3. Bus C departs every 7 hours and the first departs at 2. And the question is, when will the three buses depart together for the first time? So the problem is the example of the Chinese remainder theorem. This bus scheduling problem is a real-world application of the Chinese remainder theorem, showing how concepts from abstract number theory like modular congruence and coprime numbers can be used to solve practical problems involving synchronization, scheduling, and periodic events. This bus problem is a classic example of modular reasoning, a core idea in number theory where we think about number in cycles or clocks. Let's look the relation, the problem into the number theory is the problem is to find the smallest number that satisfy the following congruent system. The problem, we can make the model in mathematics. We can see that X congruence with 2 modulo 3, X congruence with 3 modulo 5, X congruence with 2 modulo 7. Why is the problem related to number theory? Masalah ini berkaitan dengan teori bilangan karena melibatkan first, modular arithmetic, second, system of congruence, next is integers and divisibility, and the last one is teorema sisa Cina or Chinese remainder theorem. For modular arithmetic, each bus follows a cycle or like a clock. Bus A is every 3 hours. This means it repeats mode 3. Bus B every 5 hours. It means repeats mode 5. And bus C every 7 hours repeats mode 7. So the bus problem is a number theory problem because it uses modular arithmetic, congruence, coprime numbers, and the Chinese remainder theorem, and all of which are fundamental ideas in number theory. I think that's all from my return to model.
Thank you to Farina Karin. Next is an example of a Chinese remainder theorem will be presented by Aulia Aisyah. To Aulia, time is yours.
Terima kasih pada moderator. In here, I will explain about example in Chinese remainder theorem. A trader lost a box of rotten orange and wanted to calculate his minimum loss without counting them. He remembered that when he packed them into bags of 3, there were 2 left over. With bags of 5, there were 4 left over. And with bags of 7, there were 6. The problem is to find the solution. X is congruent with 2 modulo 3. And then X is congruent with 4 modulo 5. X is also congruent with 6 modulo 7. We need to solve it. So we see that X is congruent with 2 modulo 3 and X is congruent with 4 modulo 5. From this equation, we can tell that X is 3k plus 2. We substitute the X congruent 4 modulo 5. 3k plus 2 congruent 4 modulo 5. 3k congruent with 2 modulo 5. We need to inverse of 3 modulo 5, that is 2. Then 2 is 1 modulo 5. K congruent with 2 times 2 modulo 5. So K is congruent with 4 modulo 5. Thus, K is 5m plus 4. And then X is 3 times open bracket 5m plus 4 plus 2. So that X is 15m plus 12 plus 2. X is 15m plus 14. And then we need to incorporate the third congruence. We substitute the X is 15m plus 14 into X congruent with 6 modulo 7. 15m plus 14 is 6 modulo 7. So that 15m congruent with minus 8 modulo 7. 15 congruent with 1 modulo 7. So that m congruent with minus 8 modulo 7. Minus 8 congruent with 16 modulo 7. So that m congruent with 6 modulo 7. Thus, we know that m is 7 and is n. So, X is 15 times open bracket 7n plus 6 close bracket plus 14. X is 105n plus 90 plus 14. X is 105n plus 104. So that the smallest solution occurs and is 104 divided by 3 is 34 remainder 2. 104 divided by 5 is 20 remainder by 4. 104 divided by 7 is 14 remainder 6. So that we came to the conclusion that the minimum number of orange is 104. Balikan ke moderator.
Thank you to Aulia. Next is about generalization. Will be presented by Kaila and Zilma Ashura. To Kaila, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to moderator. For my next explanation is about the generalization. After we know about the Chinese remainder theorem, we must to know what if the divisor are not relatively prime to each other. Maybe sometimes we see that the relative prime with each other, but what if the divisor are not relative prime with each other? So they usually sometimes it can and sometimes it can't, depend on the case. A linear congruent system still have no solution, still have a solution if the difference between the right-handed side of the two congruents is divisible by the greatest common factor, or the GCF, of the denominators. However, if the difference is not divisible by GCF, then the system has no solution. Usually, the solution is have a unique module with the LCM, or we can say the less common multiples with the M1 and M2 is the relative prime. But if the not, then the GCF or with the M1 and M2 is equals to D, or for the example, D is an integer number with a greater than 1. So the system congruence have a solution if and only if the A1 is congruent with A2 modulo of D is underword. We can say that A1 and A2 is divisible by D. For the example, we can say that if the X is congruent with the 2 of modulo 6 and the X is congruent with the 8 of modulo 9. So we know that GCF is 6 or 9 with equals to 3. And then we can say that 8 is minus with 2 equals to 6. Now, and the 6 can be divisible by 3, so that means they have a solution because of the GCD is not 1 or is greater than 1, so we can use the right hand solution. And the other, but if the question is X is congruent with 2 and X is congruent with 7, then 7 minus 2 is 5, so the 5 cannot be divisible by 3, so that means they have no solution. So from the example, we can say that the two congruent is not relative prime, but we cannot just directly using with the Chinese remainder theorem, but we can use the solution with the right-hand solution side with the GCF of module. So that's all for me. Return to moderator.
Thank you to Kaila and Zilma Ashura. Last, we present about implementation. Will be present by Zikra of Dahaisha. To Zikra, time is yours.
Okay, thanks to moderator. So I will explain about implementation of Chinese remainder theorem in real life, atau implementasi atau penerapan dari teorema sisa Cina di dunia nyata. Nah, in our poster, we have three implementation. The first one is system time synchronization atau sinkronisasi waktu, sinkronisasi sistem waktu. Yang kedua adalah digital signal processing and communication. Yang terakhir adalah math games atau permainan-permainan matematika. Nah, implementasi yang pertama itu terdapat pada system time synchronization atau sinkronisasi sistem waktu. Nah, implementasi teori sisa Cina, teorema sisa Cina itu dalam system time synchronization itu digunakan dalam sinkronisasi jam antara komputer atau sistem distribusi. Now, for the example, if some system have a different times with the particular interval cycles, CRT atau Chinese Remainder Theorem itu help to count waktu sinkronisasi bersama berikutnya. Nah, contohnya itu dalam satu jaringan komputer, server A, B, dan C itu melakukan update every 3, 5, and 7 second. Nah, with Chinese Remainder Theorem, itu dapat menentukan kapan semua server itu akan update secara bersamaan. Nah, the second implementation is digital signal processing and communication. In digital signal processing and communication, or pemrosesan sinyal digital, itu yang pertama ada dalam pengolahan sinyal. Nah, CRT atau Chinese Remainder Theorem itu memungkinkan the big signal itu dipecah or divide become some small signal untuk pemrosesan yang lebih cepat dan efisien. Nah, penggunaan yang kedua adalah digunakan dalam FFT atau Fast Fourier Transform yang bekerja dengan modulasi pada bagian-bagian kecil, lalu hasilnya itu dapat digabungkan dengan CRT. Nah, so with the Chinese Remainder Theorem, it help to memecah or divide modulasi-modulasi yang besar itu menjadi modulasi-modulasi yang lebih kecil. Nah, kemudian with CRT, it also can combine the small modulation to become modulation yang kita inginkan. Nah, selanjutnya adalah communication. CRT itu digunakan dalam komunikasi digital. Nah, dengan CRT itu dapat digunakan untuk menghindari konflik antar frekuensi dalam pengiriman sinyal-sinyal digital. Selanjutnya adalah mengamankan transmisi data. Nah, misalnya dalam sistem enkripsi RSA CRT itu atau Chinese Remainder Theorem, it used to mempercepat deskripsi data. Nah, implementasi yang terakhir adalah math games atau permainan-permainan matematika. Nah, penggunaan Chinese Remainder Theorem yang sering digunakan dalam math games itu adalah permainan logika dan puzzle-puzzle dalam matematika. Hal ini dikarenakan dengan Chinese Remainder Theorem itu siswa dapat mengasah kemampuan-kemampuan logika matematika dengan melibatkan pola-pola berulang, baik itu perulangan waktu dan lain sebagainya. Okay, I think that's all from me. I turn to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you to Zikra. And that's the presentation from our group. I'm the moderator. Say sorry for all our mistake. I close this presentation by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.